After securing some profit on Monday, let's get in a tennis bet for today and a chance to win $10,000. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Jason Mattis with Winning Bets. Thanks for hanging out with me on this episode. The Tuesday edition of Winning Bets are giving out free sports picks each and every single day. I hope you guys are having a fantastic week. We're having a good week so far here on Winning Bets. Let's go ahead and make sure we recap yesterday, and then we'll get in on the action today. Yesterday, we only had one bet. You guys know it was a slow day in sports yesterday, but we did find an arbitrage opportunity. That's exactly what we did. We bet on the longest home run that was going to be hitting that home run derby. We played both sides, secured a little bit of profit, and made 0.08 units. So that is obviously what we're up on the week. I had a guy hit me up on Twitter and say, "Are you serious, man? Are you really making a bet just to make that little bit of money?" Let me guys remind you of the story I told you guys back in April. There was a guy that I turned on to Twitter that I do these bets, and I advertise I do these bets from time to time. I turned him onto them. He said over the course of the month of April, he made $300. $300. This guy said he doesn't bet basketball, he doesn't bet soccer, he only bets football. So he just does these opportunities in between football seasons to build up his bankroll. He made $300 in the month of April. So yeah, it may have been a little bit of profit yesterday, but you need a little bit of profit to eventually get to $300, and that's what we'll simply do last night. So yeah, made a little bit of money last night. We're not going to turn that down at all. So guys, and overall this week, the beginning of this week, I should say, will probably be a little bit light in the bets, and I could give you guys bets, but I'm not a gambler that, just throws shit on the wall, to see what sticks. If I give you guys a bet, it's been researched, it's been analyzed, there's stats, there's trends behind it, and what have you. And, while you can certainly bet on the home run derby, you can bet on the All-Star game, it's too much of an unknown for me to actually put my money behind it. So, yeah, I don't just throw stuff on the wall. I want to, make sure I always have that reputation of, if I give you a bet, it's been researched. It may not pan out. We may not, we're not going to win every bet, as we all know that, but at least everything that I do give you, it's not just a hope and a prayer. There's some actual research and thought, that goes in behind it. I mean, just look at this All-Star game tonight. You don't know how long these position players are going to be playing. You don't know, what order the next pitchers are going to come out in. You're going to get, a starter and then a couple other starters and then get relievers. But the National League, they've got Hader on that team. They got Melanson. They've got Kimbrel. Those are three starters for three top teams. The Brewers, the Padres there, and the Cubs. Which one's going to close the game? Who's going to come out in the 7th inning, 8th inning? It's too much, just too much unknown for me to actually, put my money behind it. So yeah, I won't be betting on the All-Star game again tonight. I wish you guys all good luck on your bets. We'll obviously, we've already got that tennis bet that we've got going on in action today. I've got maybe another spot. I think there'll be another arbitrage opportunity if I had to take a bet maybe a little bit on this later on. But yeah, it may start light here in earlier on, but these bets will ramp up. We'll be at normal volume, come Thursday, Friday, and on up into the weekend. Don't worry. But in the meantime, we picked up a little profit yesterday, and that's exactly what we like. Speaking of profit, let me remind you guys about our one and only MLB Future Bet. You guys remember we'd like to do future bets here on the show. They don't count towards our normal bankroll. They're extra money that we deposit into the sports books. Well, we made a one MLB Future Bet. Giancarlo Stanton, under 38.5 home runs. I know there's at least two people that tailed this bet, because one guy commented on the YouTube video and another guy hit me up on Twitter. So there's at least three of us along on this bet. So we need under 38.5 home runs. There's been 89 games so far this season for the Yankees. He's at 15 home runs. So he's averaging one home run. Call it every 6. It's 5.9 is the math, but he's at home run about every 6 games. So that leaves him with 73 games left. So that means he's going to hit about 12 homers to go. 12.1 homers is going to be left if he continues on, that same average. So yeah, 15 plus 12. Don't have to tell you guys. You guys can do math easily enough. That's 27 home runs. So he's looking really, really good to go ahead and cash that under. He's also got 6 games to play in a National League Park. They've got 3 against the Mets and 3 against the Marlins. And Stanton, with his leg injuries that he's kind of had over the years, they don't really play him in the outfield in those games. So should even get some help there when the Yankees travel to Miami and they travel to New York there to take on the Mets. So sitting pretty with Giancarlo Stanton under 38.5 home runs. And as you guys can see, put $500 up on that future bet. So look forward to that. Hopefully cashing a little bit later on the season. If you're sitting there wondering, I will be doing NFL future bets. So, I like to get through training camp or I should say at least part of the training camp. I'm not going to get any bets now. I'd hate to, get in a bet, and while you may be able to get ahead and get some value, to me that's not worth it. If then you get a major injury to one of these defensive or offensive players, and it'll really just absolutely crush a bet. So I like to wait a little bit later on the season, but yeah, you can count on it. Come to the month of August, we will be getting in on some NFL future bets, so you can count on that. All right, let me guys go ahead and remind you, we do have a bet already. I already gave it out earlier today on YouTube and on Twitter. We're taking Alex Bolt up over Jack Sock. It's an ATP tennis match. They're playing in Newport. It's a grass event. I gave you guys all the explanation earlier on that video. It's going to be a good game, tough game. I think Jack Sock is obviously, he's got the name recognition. He's the American. He's going up against the Australian there in Bolt. If these guys were both been playing regularly, and Sock, if he had been playing regularly on grass, I think Sock is probably the better player. He's got the better serve, more the harder serve, but he just hasn't been playing. That matters in tennis. So yeah, I like Bolt. I'm going to go ahead and take my chances on Bolt. So we'll see if we can't cash us a nice Bolt money line. And a lot of you probably got that at better value than I did, because the money's been coming in on Sock. But yeah, in terms of the line we'll have to use here on the show, we'll have to use the line I got, which is minus 150. So that game starts at about 1:30 p.m. Central Time there. 1:30 p.m. Central Time. So yeah, we'll look to watch that. May even get in a live bet there using a risk-free opportunity from PointsBet. We'll go ahead and see there. But yeah, we got that coming on. All right, guys, before I go ahead and let you go, we've got to... actually, I don't have it written down here. I got to go grab that hat, because we've got to pull some names out. How did I leave that off? My bad, guys. It is not yet. I didn't make the notes. All right, let me run through this real quick, and then I'll grab that hat, and we'll go ahead and pull 5 names out of there and give away another $250. What I do have on my notes is here, the Fox Bet Super 6. They've got an MLB contest here for the All-Star Game. They're giving away $10,000 if you can correctly answer 6 questions around this All-Star Game. So let's go ahead and jump on into it. Guys, there's some staggering trends going into this game. All right, yeah, the stats I wanted to give you guys just for this game, high-level stats, and then we'll dive into these 6 questions, is the over-under in this game is at 11 runs. Keep in mind, 13 of the last 14 All-Star games have had 9 runs or fewer, and for an average of 6.85 runs. And the American League, since 1997, has 19 wins, 3 losses, and 1 push. We all remember the famous game that ended in a draw. I don't know what Bud Selig was doing back in the day, ending that game in a tie, and I also don't know what the hell he was doing having the All-Star game, determine home field advantage in a World Series. He was off his rocker there for a few years. But yeah, American League, as you can see, has been absolutely dominating this All-Star game, and the game has been generally coming in under, like I said, 13 of the last 14 games. So just wanted to hit you with those 2-level stats right there. Let's go ahead now and dive into these 6 questions and see how we'll do it for a chance to win $10,000. All right, so question 1 is which team's going to win and what's going to be that win margin? You got the AL obviously won the game in 2018, 2019. They won the game by 2 runs and 1 run. I'm going to go ahead and mix it up though. I'm going to say the National League wins this game, and they're going to win the game by 1 to 2 runs. When I look at the rosters, that's what it comes down to me, and I lean on pitching. The pitchers are better, I believe, for the National League. When you look at collectively their starters and relievers, I think they've got the better collected pitchers, and pitching to me matters, right? Pitching wins, and usually in games. I mean, just look at the New York Yankees, right? If pitching didn't matter with the offense that they've had over the past decades, they would have won every single World Series. But they run into tough pitching come the month of October, and they're not able to win every single World Series. So yeah, pitching matters. I lean on pitching. I think pitching will dictate this game, and so I'm going to go ahead and take the National League will win this game by 1 to 2 runs. Question 2 is how many total strikeouts will there be in the game? Well, in 2018, there were 25. In 2019, there were 23. So I'm going to go ahead and say 23 plus. You're gonna get strikeouts. It seems to be the trend is you get strikeouts. So I will go ahead and take the over there of 23 plus. How many total home runs will be hitting this game? Well, in 2018, we had 10 home runs. And in fact, every single run in that game but 1 came via the home run. And in 2019, there were 2 home runs. I'll go ahead and say 4. I'll give it more than last year, but not quite as much as 2018. But do give it a tick more than last year because they're playing in Coors Field where the ball can jump out a little bit last night. So yeah, I'll go ahead and take 4 home runs. Which position will have the most hits? I'll go ahead and say tie, and it kind of ties into why I'm not getting in a real bet. You have no idea these position players, how long they're going to play, so to maybe predict any singular position I think is really, really tough. So I'll just go ahead and say tie right there for number 4. For question 5, what will be the total runs scored in the game? Well, again, in 2018, you had 14. But keep in mind, though, they got 2 runs in the 9th inning to force extra innings, and then there were 4 runs in extra inning. So we got to keep that in mind. In 2019, there were 7 runs in that game. The over-under, again, is at 10.5, or some books have it 11. I'm going to say 7 to 8. I'm going to go ahead and 7 to 8, and kind of goes with that average there of 6.85 that I gave you earlier, but maybe give it a tick more because they are playing, in Coors Field. So I'll say 7 to 8. And question 5 is how many extra base hits will there be in the game? Well, if I've got 4 home runs, that means I got minimum 4. I'm going to give it 1 more, and I'll go ahead and say 5. There's going to be a double or a triple, being legged out in this game. So I'm going to go ahead and give it 5 right there. All right, guys, that's how I'm going to do it right there. For a chance to win $10,000 tonight on the Fox Bet Super 6 app, let's give away some money right now. All right, you guys recall, we're still in the middle of giving away a big monster free giveaway, and this is all because we hit 2,000 subscribers because of the greatest supporters out there. And again, I always appreciate each and every single one of you. So again, thank you guys. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get into it. We're giving away 30 people, $50 each. We've already hooked up 15 people. We're doing 5 a day. So let's get 5 more names up out of this hat. And let's give away $50 to each one of those people. So let's do it. You guys watch that home run derby last night? What'd you guys think of that? What'd you guys think of that? Alonso going back-to-back, winning it. Ohtani out in the first round. Juan Soto went 3 for 3 on the swing-off. Woo! As soon as he went 3 for 3, when he went 2 for 3, I knew it was over because Ohtani just wasn't hitting very well. And obviously, once he went 3 for 3, it's like, okay, well, that's a wrap. All right, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So that was good, though. I caught all the first round, part of the second round, and then that was out. I got to go hang out with the wife at some point, so spend some time with the wife. All right, with that being said, let's go ahead and hook up 5 people, $50 each. First one here is Gar102. We'll go ahead and do Gar102. We'll go ahead and do Joe B. Joe B will get $50. We'll do John J. John J will also get $50. We've also got Professor T. Professor T will get $50. And we've got Crazy Cheesehead. Crazy Cheesehead is also taking home $50. You guys know what you got to do. All you got to do is hit me up on Twitter, drop me that PayPal information, and I'll go ahead and drop each and every single one of you $50. And fear not, we still got 10 more names to come up out of that hat over the next couple of days, and then we'll start the rolling free giveaway bet, which will, you guys mostly know about that, but we'll talk about that a little bit more once we actually start that. So, all right, guys, that's how we'll do it on Tuesday. We'll at least roll this Alex Bolt tennis bet. We'll maybe look to see if we can't get in another opportunity as the day progresses, but for now, we got this tennis play. We look to hit that, get some profit, and roll on into Wednesday. All right, guys, go enjoy your Tuesday, and we'll see you back here tomorrow. Have a good one. Thanks for watching till the end. I'm Jason Mattis. Any love you can show by giving me a like, a subscription, or a comment, or even just share this video is very much appreciated. And don't forget to turn on your notifications to increase your chances of locking in the same odds as I talked about today, and check out my other great videos in these corners.